In April this year, the incomparable Meredith Michaels Beerbaum and Shutterfly secured a remarkable victory at the Rolex FEI World Cup Finals in Las Vegas.
I think that Las Vegas was possibly my greatest win, my greatest achievement. It had a lot of value to me. Not only did I win every round of the World Cup final, which is extremely hard to do and hasn't been done much in the history of our sport, but meant a lot to me. I had just lost my father shortly before the event, and it was a very sentimental win for me, for him, and I think that therefore makes it the best win I've ever had.
Meredith and her husband and trainer Marcus had a successful but emotional end to the last World Cup season, and Meredith will not be taking part in any of the qualifiers for this season's final for much happier reasons.
I'll be sitting out this season, this winter, because I'm expecting a baby in February. But I'm very happy to be pre-qualified for the World Cup final, and my goal is to be back in shape for the World Cup final in April. And I hope everything goes well and I'll be there participating.
This will be an unusual break from a very hectic and competitive lifestyle for both Meredith and her horses.
Well, my two top horses are older horses, so they will have a break from showing, which I think is good for them. They'll be able to freshen up mentally, but I will keep them absolutely physically as trained as I can by working them at home as long as I can ride, and after that my husband will take over and ride them and school them here at home, and keep them legged up, so to speak, for the World Cup final. And the younger ones he'll continue showing, so I hope everybody's ready to go when I'm back in the saddle.
Meredith and Marcus have made a world record-breaking team, mostly with Marcus training and Meredith in the saddle.
Very good. Well, it's really great that we have such a good relationship, Marcus and I. It's a wonderful team effort, and now when he's going to take over riding some of my horses, I can really be the groundsman that he was always for me. So it's a change of roles, but it'll be really nice, and I think he's excited to get in the saddle and ride a little bit, and I'm very excited to help him and coach him, and hopefully that'll be as good a team as it was the other way around. I think our relationship works so well because we have a tremendous amount of respect for one another, and when I say something, he really takes that into consideration, and vice versa, and we don't take comments as attacks on one another. We take them as tips, and that's been really a strong point in our relationship for many, many years, but I believe it's built on mutual respect.
Meredith will not be out on the Rolex FEI World Cup circuit this winter, but she will continue to ride at home.
I'm not quite sure how long it'll be before I realize that it's time for me to hang up my spurs. I'm just going to keep riding as long as I feel comfortable and feel like I can sit in the saddle well and still do a good job. I'm sure my body will tell me when that day is over. I hope I can ride a little while longer because it's a lot of fun for me, even just riding at home, to stay in shape and to keep working the horses. But I'll just let my body tell me when those days are over.
There is little doubt that no small part of Meredith's success is related to her remarkable closeness to her horses.
I think that the personal contact with the horses will remain. I mean, I will be here every day and in the stable. I don't think they'll forget who I am, and I've had injuries before where I had to sit it out, and I've never had that feeling that my horses forgot me or my relationship with them, so I'm positive that that will continue.
Meredith's plans are to be back in competition before the season final in April. Her clear intention to add another title to her collection of Rolex FEI World Cup wins.
I consider the World Cup final actually to be one of the most important things in our sport. It's an indoor championships. It happens once a year. It is fair for everybody. Everybody can take part in it and gets an equal chance, as say opposed to team events where somebody has to be selected by their nation. And it's a great measure of the great riders and horses competing at the time. It's a wonderful measure of who's on top. The best usually wins at the World Cup final. It doesn't involve a horse change like the World Championship or anything special like that. It's really about the best horse and rider competition, and has always been, in my opinion, one of the best gauges of who's the best in the world. I think Geneva is going to hold a wonderful final. Geneva is a fantastic arena. It's a beautiful show. There's a lot of room in that arena. We're going to see some very big obstacles, I'm sure of that. And I'm very excited to take part in that event.
After a great outdoor jumping season, there are a lot of jumping names that will want to be competing at the finals in April.
I think there are quite a few very good riders and horses on the World Cup circuit this season. Of course, the European champion, who I would think has a great string of horses at this time, and would be one of the favorites. I think my brother-in-law, Ludger Beerbaum, will be back and fighting for his position. And the Swiss team won the gold medal at the Europeans, and they look quite strong.
And the Swiss outdoor form has made a successful transition indoors, with Daniel Etter taking the winner's points at the first Rolex FEI World Cup qualifier of the year in Oslo. He then followed that with another win at round 2 in Helsinki. With 40 World Cup points already, he's looking almost certain to be qualified for the finals in Geneva in April. Follow how the series progresses here on FEI Equestrian World.